Welcome to this week's video. Today, a very important topic. Today we're going to talk about sticking. Chi Sao means sticky hands. But how many lineages, how many Sifus are really sticking? In fact, some say, oh, if you stick, you're chasing hands. Wing Chun is all about going forward and entering into empty spaces, right? Like the saying says, Loi Lao Hoi Sun, La Chao Jik Chung, Fung Hong Bo Jung, like, stay with what comes, follow through as it retreats, thrust forward when the hand is free, and move in when it's empty in front of you. I agree, that's very important for Guo Sao. Chi Sao, with striking implemented. But the first step, you should just focus on the sticking, on maybe stick, join, adhering, following. Later, focus on implementing the striking. Focus first a little bit about getting access to the opponent's center of gravity. Now, many people make two crucial mistakes in Chi Sao. Either they're pushing from the upper body, they're really using muscular strength, then the strongest will always win. Obviously, Michael is stronger than me. If I push, he pushes against, he's going to have access to my primary center line. If I collapse, so I'm soft, but a false softness, like a weakness, he also has access. Let's say we do this, he pushes on me, I collapse, then he just pushes now further, and he has access to my primary center line. So we should never brace, we should never collapse. So the pushing, muscular pushing engine, which gives also rise to bracing, we should not use. A better one is the ground method, like I explained in a previous video. Transferring the force of the opponent into the ground and give it back. But like I explained before, that can bring some issues because it's a time lapse, right? There is not a real internal engine there. 6-directional force and energy sent out by the Dantian. Because only that gives rise to real sticking. What is real sticking? Making the opponent stick to you. And I know that sounds incredible. And many that have come here at the Eternal Spring Institute during the last year did not believe in that. But in the end, they have to admit that whatever they saw on video, whatever opening they saw on video, when real sticking is applied, that opening all of a sudden, although so obvious on camera, was proven not to be there. And that is a key point. So let's say I just have my hand here. Huh? Just push your hand here. So I am bracing, he has access. Yeah? I am collapsing, he has access. But also now, with striking, if he applies now Guo Sao, if I'm bracing, he just slips over the top. If I'm collapsing, of course, he can go in. Real sticking, however, makes him feel stuck to me. And no matter the shape, no matter the distance, he cannot attack me. Remember this video about snake engine striking? Controlling heaven, earth, and human? Controlling time, space, energy? The same goes for Chi Sao. At any time, in any space, I need to have that sticking energy. Now, this seems incredible, but we can then forget about, okay, in Chi Sao, the distance has to be exactly like that. To not give the opponent space to attack, Or here, my Fuq Sao, the distance has to be exactly like that. Because then I have time to do the Cham Sao, right? Or my Fuq Sao has to point, not like this, has to point downward, because this creates that angle that he goes to there. Okay, this is all nice, it's all shapes. It's another level. It's not talk about the energetical level. So real sticking is now I activate the real sticking, and all of a sudden we have that circle here, that circle here, that circle diagonal. It's a real sticking going on, and all of a sudden he stick to me. We can do this as an example. Now he's on top. He is on top. Now I use a sticking energy now. And do you feel like you can go to my face easily? No, this is now really stuck. And this is a different sticking than this. When he lets go, that is a forward pressure. Don't mistake the sticking with the forward pressure. It's different. Do you feel like now in all directions it's like protected like a sphere, right? At any time, I can send energy into his body. So my hand is now on my chest, and I will send now energy in his shoulder, and will move him. At the same time, he cannot go to my face, no matter how close the hand is. You feel like you're going to go to my face? You cannot. He's stuck. He's stuck to me. Like a fly goes in a spider web. And I know that's almost unbelievable, and from a video you will not believe it maybe. And frankly, just more than a decade ago, I didn't believe it to be possible. I came fresh from many Wing Chun lineages, and I met the Sifu who explained me this, and I was shocked. Oops, there is another level of sticking. And then he explained me that this is what is meant by some lineages use sensing hands, some lineages use sticking hands. And some dialects of China, they talk about Nian Chou, just another term for Qi Sao. So, real sticking makes the opponent stick to you, and is something you have to feel, learn by direct experience, and then you need the cultivation methods to make it happen. And it's not so easy, okay? But it exists. And that is not to put myself up there. I'm not saying I'm the best. I know it all. I'm not saying that. But again, after 16 years living in China, I'm now 50 years old, doing martial arts full-time since 16 years old, I think I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. And now it's time to spread. Just depend if you're open-minded or not, okay? Thank you for watching, and see you at the next one.